Okay, so how to solve this with a special right triangle. The first thing I would do is I would draw the standard 30, 60, 90 triangle. I'm drawing in the same orientation as this triangle. It should help us recognize which side is what. So opposite the right angle is always the 1. Opposite the 60 is always the root 3 over 2. And these are things you should know off by heart. Opposite 30 is a half. So we have the side opposite the 60 as 8 root 3. Okay? And that should relate. So this side is in the same position as this side. So there must be some growth factor. So root 3 over 2 times some growth factor must have gotten us to 8 root 3. So that same growth factor will relate this side to this side and this side to this side. That'll help us solve the rest of it. So we need to find that growth factor. To get rid of this 2, we can multiply both sides by 2. That'll give us root 3 x equals, well, 2 times that is 16 root 3. We just multiply one of them by 2. And then we can divide both sides by root 3, and we get that. So x equals 16. Our growth factor is 16. I'm going to erase this so I can keep working. So our growth factor is 16. You can always rewind if you need to see that again. So we use our growth factor to relate this side to RH. So RH must be 16 times 1, which is just 16, of course. And to relate this to RT, which means RT is 16 times a half, which is 8. Alright, so that's pretty good. So now we have all the sides of the triangle, and we did that by using the special right triangles. I'll finish off the question in a moment, but just be sure you're able to draw the standard special right triangle for the 30, 60, 90 and for the 45, 45, 90, and be able to set up that equation being the new side equals the standard side times the growth factor. Make sure you're able to set it up and solve it for each question. I'm going to erase some of this so we can finish off the question. So we have this side is 16, this side is 8, and this is 8 root 3. So we might want to start by getting the area of this whole circle, which we need the radius, which is 8. So the area of the circle is pi r squared, which is pi 8 squared, which is 64 pi. So there we have the area of the whole circle. Now notice the shaded part is only above this middle line. So it's only really half the circle. So we might want to find this area right here. The area of half the circle. Well, the area of half the circle is just 64 pi over 2, which is 32 pi. We might want to start labeling things since there's a lot of pair. So this is the circle. It's half the circle. We might also want to find the area of the triangle. So the area of the triangle, since this is the right angle, is half the base times the height, which is 4 times 8 times root 3, which is 32 root 3. So the shaded area is just the area of half the circle minus the area of the triangle. And we can't really simplify further than that. So that's your answer. So you're using special right triangles and just adding and subtracting areas in a smart way so you can get that shaded part. I hope that helps.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.